Thank you, everyone. Simmer down. It's not that big of a deal, but it is the first annual Josie Woe Award Show, and today we are talking about every single Nintendo game that came out for the Nintendo Switch. If it came out for the Switch, it's in this discussion today, so I'm very excited to discuss all of that with you guys. We have a lot of exciting things coming, so please stay tuned. And a little brief information on this show is that I watched the Game Awards, and I thought the Game Awards was a little bit garbage because a lot of great games did not get recognized, which is so unfortunate. Mario Wonder, a little bit more recognition would have been in there, but I will give them props because Pikmin 4 won Best Strategy Sim game, and it totally deserves it. That is one of the best games of the year, and I'm very happy that we saw it represented as well as it was in the Game Awards, so big shout out to them. But the difference here is that I'm actually going to allow people to speak, and by people, it is pretty much a one-man show, so it's going to be me. But I do have a fun surprise and a fun face that'll pop up later in the show. But let's get started because we have 10 categories. The first one up is the best DLC, and we've had a ton of different DLC, so this is going to be a tough one to count down. But our nominees are Xenoblade Chronicles Future Redeemed, Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, and the winner by a landslide is Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass. 48 new tracks, and it just got finished this year, so make sure you check that one out. That is an amazing one, and I actually have a video where I ranked all of that, so check that out in the card up here. Also, if you're super pissed because it isn't Future Redeemed, I am very sorry, OJ, but you did sort of call me out in the Spawncast Awards for having the correct opinion about Metroid. So it's just how the cookie crumbles, my guy. Next up is the best farming sim for the Nintendo Switch, and here are your nominees. Fae Farm, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, Rune Factory 3 Special. I don't like any of these games, but I'm gonna have to give it to Fae Farm because I think it has the best character design. The rest of them seem fine, but they're not my cup of tea. I'm probably wrong about this. Leave what you think should have won in the comments down below, and we can count the most liked one out of that as the actual winner. So I apologize. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little bonus award because you guys don't think this one is coming. So I guess these are 11 awards, but this one is for the best and most affordable 5G network. I know what you're thinking. It has to be all these big name brands, but no, it's actually Mint Mobile who partnered with me for this segment of the video. So huge thank you to Mint Mobile. And let me just tell you guys about them real quick. Here's the thing. Have you ever thought, why is my wireless bill so flipping high? What are you paying all of that money for? Speed, coverage, data? You're getting access to 5G, unlimited talks and texts, mobile hotspots, any of that stuff sound familiar? Because I bet you're paying a crazy price, and Mint Mobile actually offers all of these features for as low as $15 a month. They're also, like I said, built on the nation's largest 5G network, and they keep costs low by directly selling to you online. So we got no retail stores, we got no salespeople. That means that all of their resources are going into getting you the most affordable plan you possibly can get. And here's the thing. I'm going to talk to the college students out there. It's like a quarter of my audience, so thank you for all of you guys who are young like I am. But I know that you need that extra cash for food and for going out. I do too. So Mint Mobile can save you so much money. And if you have the burden of paying for your own cell phone plan in college, do yourself a favor, switch over to Mint Mobile. It's really fantastic, and it has saved people so much money that I think it is pretty much the go-to option for any college student. So go to trymintmobile.com/JosieWoe, which is linked in the top of the description, so you can also check it out over there to check out this amazing service and get premium wireless for so much less than you're already paying for it right now. It also takes like 15 minutes to switch over. It's not that big of a deal. If you have a SIM card you're worrying about, how am I going to get a physical SIM card to me? Don't even worry because Mint will send you that for free in the mail. So you're covered. Okay? If you don't have a SIM card, eSIM's where it's at. You can get transferred over and ready to go ASAP. So don't pay for all that when you can get it for so much cheaper and all the same stuff. Mint Mobile. Thank you guys for partnering for this video. Ryan Reynolds, I would give you the best actor of the year, but unfortunately it is not the Oscars. But you deserve it, my guy. Now we're coming to some of the best indie titles of the year. We've got 4 for you. We've got Pizza Tower, one that was completely snubbed at the Game Awards. We got Sea of Stars, a really fantastic RPG for people who like that. Blasphemous 2, a really great sequel to an already fantastic game. And Double Dragon Gaiden. Now, I'm going to be super biased here. So don't take this as gospel, because this is fully just my opinion right now. But unfortunately, Double Dragon Gaiden has to take the cake. Listen, I'm in a whole beat 'em up kick right now, so I am really enjoying that one. If we're talking about the best indie that I just played this year that maybe didn't have to come out this year, giving it to River City Girls all flipping day, because that game was amazing. But unfortunately, it's the games that came out this year, and I think Double Dragon Gaiden is a really great game. I haven't finished Pizza Tower, but I will, and I think that one probably should win, and I think it should have won a GOTY as well. Sea of Stars I know is amazing. It's not my type of game, but for those of you who love it, I am happy for you. I'm proud of you. I love you. Please don't leave hate comments. But we're going to move on to the next award. Okay, now we have the worst game of the year. This one I feel bad about, okay? I didn't want to do it to him, but I have to send it. Because there are two absolutely horrendous games that came to the Nintendo Switch this year. Obviously, I'm talking about Everybody's 1-2 Switch, a game that should not have existed, a sequel to a game that already sucks. However, the second one here is going to anger a lot of you. Bayonetta Origins. Listen, guys, it is horrendous. It's not my type of game. I'll say that. It's not my type of game, and I don't know why this exists. The art style, adorable. The rest of it, no flipping point. It's not my type of game at all, and I think it's pretty horrendous, but it's not nearly as offensive as Everybody's 1-2 Switch. Everybody's 1-2 Switch is horrendous. It has some cool integration with mobile features. There is a little bit of random cool things to it, but there's no point in this game existing. It's still kind of expensive, sitting at $30, but it is not as expensive as $60, which is why Bayonetta Origins is the worst game of the year on the Nintendo Switch. $60 for that shit? Give it to me for $20, probably a 10 out of 10 game. But $60 is obscene for that package. At least 1-2 Switch stays in its lane and is $30. $30 is still high. Black Friday, that baby went down to $10. You know what Bayonetta Origins did on Black Friday? Nothing. And that game needed to do a whole lot. So unfortunately, that is the worst game on the Nintendo Switch this year. Don't buy it. Or if it looks interesting to you, do check it out. And you know who has a really great video? Ant Dude. Ant Dude is an amazing content creator, and he has a banger video, so go check out his video. I'll put it in the cards, actually. It's a banger video, okay? All right, now we have the best third-party game that just shouldn't run as well as it does on the Nintendo Switch. We have some fantastic contenders here, including the Batman Arkham Trilogy, a game that is $5 everywhere else, but on the Nintendo Switch it chose to be $60. That's a killer. Red Dead Redemption, the original, remastered for the Switch. Runs pretty well, actually. On top of which, the Metal Gear Solid Collection. RGT talks about this game quite a bit. RGT was very excited for this game, and then I feel like it kind of came and went, and I traditionally was not very interested in this. So I'm going to have to give this to Red Dead Redemption. I think this game is really good. I think it was a great idea to bring it to more modern consoles, and especially to the Nintendo Switch. I like that Rockstar is putting more of their focus on the Nintendo Switch. Well, of course, we're not going to get GTA 6 on Switch. Maybe Switch 2 is a possibility, and I'm very excited to see what that future partnership looks like, and this game runs pretty dang good. Now, if we're talking all-time best port, I think it's a toss-up between The Witcher and Nier Automata, but unfortunately, those didn't come out this year. And unfortunately, the third-party games that came out this year are few and far between. And Red Dead Redemption is fine. It's all right. But it is still the best one that came out this year, and it's a really good game. Unless you skin a horse. Because do you know you can do that? And you know who scarred me? My brother. I was 3. I go into his room. He goes, Jose, this is so cool. Check this out. I'm like, oh, okay. He usually shows me really cool stuff. I go into this room. Horrendous. He just skins a horse. What am I to do except for cry for 2 days? So, a little scarring, but a good game. All right, next up is Best Nintendo Switch Online Game of the Year, and this was going to be very easy until yesterday when Nintendo dropped 3 games back to back to back, and it was during the Game Awards, which was funny. It was out of spite. Actually, it's like 3 days since you guys are watching this in the future, so there's that. But anyways, here are your nominees. Mario Party 3, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Excitebike 64, Fire Emblem, Game Boy Advance, GoldenEye. And the Nintendo Switch Online award goes to GoldenEye. GoldenEye is awesome that it is even been brought over, and that's a port that a lot of people did not think was possible. Similar can be said with Jet Force Gemini, but it's not a good game at the core, so I can't really talk about it here, and it definitely can't be nominated for one of these awards. Luckily enough, GoldenEye, the controls are horrendous, but you can play online with 4 people, and I actually played this as a Spawncast, and it was a very fun time. The beginning was horrible to get used to, and I don't really recommend it, but out of all of these games, I definitely had the most fun with GoldenEye. I need to play Mario Party 3 more, because I think I personally am going to like it more, but for you guys, for the sake of this channel, so I don't get canceled, I'm going to say GoldenEye. Now here we come to the best continued support. This is a game that has been supported for years upon years, or has just come out and received a ton of new updates and patches constantly. I'm not going to pull a Game Awards and give it to Cyberpunk, because apparently Cyberpunk is good now after years of it being horrendous, and that's continued support instead of Fortnite, which is effing crazy. But here are your nominees: F-Zero 99, Splatoon 3, Tetris 99. New skins are constantly coming out for Tetris 99 all the time. It ties in with a lot of major new Nintendo releases. Plus, there's so much more than that original 99 format. They updated it a couple months, or even, I think it was years later, but they added all of these classic modes to it, which made it such a great complete package. But F-Zero 99 had something similar. It came out and it was very exciting because F-Zero is back. It's a very fun gameplay loop and probably the most fun I've had with a 99 style game, but I didn't think that they were going to support it. And then they did. They added a ton of new modes as well that brought so many new players back into it, and that is what continued support is about. And then Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is a really fun game. They're constantly adding new weapons, clothing options, all that kind of stuff all the time. Splatfists are rampant, but, and here's the major issue, the online still sucks, and they don't seem to be fixing that very well. On top of which, the DLC is really what we need to see, and the biggest thing we've seen of the DLC is that they are adding Splatoon 1 lobbies in here. Just the Splatoon 1 hub world is coming to Splatoon 3. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not cool, because it is, but everyone is waiting for that big story DLC like we saw with the Octo expansion, and that's not happening. So unfortunately, I can't give it to Splatoon 3, which means it has to go to F-Zero 99. This is a really fun game. I've really enjoyed my time with it. The strategy it takes, how different it is from the rest of the 99 format, while still keeping that same charm and fun. It's beautiful. I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you have Nintendo Switch Online, because it's free, okay? It comes with the service. Please play it. Okay, now we come to the Nintendo Content Creator of the Year. This was a very hard one to get nominees together for. So many people make amazing Nintendo Switch content. So everyone out there making Switch content, hey, collab? Just kidding. But thank you. It's been a fun community to be a part of, genuinely. But we have 3 nominees today. Bob Wolf of Wolfden and the Nintendo podcast. Now, Bob usually makes a lot of content about emulators and technology and new sort of hardware things, which is fantastic. And then he goes on the Nintendo podcast and discusses the goings-on of the gaming industry. And the most Nintendo thing he could possibly do is pull out of something that is successful, which is exactly what he's doing by leaving the Nintendo podcast. And I hope you have an amazing future of content, and I hope you come back occasionally. Genuinely one of my favorite podcasts of the year. So it is a shame, but I am very happy for him. I hope he goes on and does some things that make him very happy. He's a fantastic content creator, but that is why he's nominated. Next up, RGT85. RGT85 famously says that he is not a Nintendo YouTuber, yet day after day after day, we see Nintendo content. On the exact posting date of today, he talks about Nintendo. All the time. He is a Nintendo guy. He likes other consoles. We shouldn't put him in a box. But it's okay occasionally, especially if it's for this prestigious award. So, RGT85 has been nominated. Last but not least here is Switchforce. Switchforce always comes up with new, creative Nintendo Switch related videos all the time. I think it's pretty difficult to have a channel that posts almost every day, or pretty much every day, and you constantly talk about Nintendo, so props to him for sticking to it. And my guy has made some pretty crazy stuff about the Nintendo Switch, so that is also why he's on here. Great creator, grown up watching his stuff. The award goes to RGT85. He has a couple words of wisdom for you guys, so here they are.
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for nominating me and for picking me for this award. You know, it really means a lot to me. You know, a lot of back-breaking hours, a lot of studying stuff, you know, studying different things that, you know, maybe I wasn't super familiar with, a lot of long nights of editing videos and, you know, filming videos and stuff. But I definitely feel like I came into my own this year as adult film star of the year. Like I put in the work of those long, hard, stiff nights. What's that? Nintendo? This is the Nintendo Content Creator of the Year. You go to hell, Josie Woe. You go to hell and you die, because I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber. Sega, Xbox, PlayStation, all of those things I am. Nintendo? No.
RGT85, ladies and gentlemen, he might be in denial of his status of a Nintendo YouTuber, but hey, congrats to him for winning this amazing award. Couldn't have gone to someone better, genuinely. The most disappointing announcement of the year. Now, this was created for what I'm about to tell you guys. The only reason I put this category in was because I wanted to rant about this game just one more time before the end of the year. Mario and Donkey Kong. Mario plus Donkey Kong. The Mario Donkey Kong crap that we got announced at the flipping Nintendo Direct. Garbage. Why do that when we need a new Donkey Kong game? Tropical Freeze came out almost 10 years ago. Listen, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get too passionate about this, but I hate the fact that we got that asshole game instead of this one that we really need. Give me Donkey Kong. You guys have not made a better platformer than Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Well, you've made some great ones, and we're going to talk about that in the next awards, but I'm just saying, why? Why do this to me? You built me up. I thought we were going to do Donkey Kong, and then you smacked me across the face. A big old smackarooski, and it hurt. And I think I got a black eye. So thank you, Nintendo, for that PTSD and really, truly upsetting me to my very core. But the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the moment I have been waiting for, Game of the Year. What is my personal Game of the Year? The Josie Woe award show, completely biased to my preferences. As you can see, we didn't have RPG of the Year, though it would probably go to Advance Wars. But at the end of the day, my Game of the Year for 2023 on the Nintendo Switch. Well, let's read the nominees. We have Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder, Pikmin 4, and Metroid Prime Remastered. Let me talk about each of these games because I truly love all of them. Metroid Prime 4 is a really, truly amazing game. I think it's a great revitalization of the franchise. I think it brings that amazing game that all you old people talk about and brings it to a new generation with updated controls, and gives us a reason to go back and play these so-called amazing games and realize that they are really amazing. Pikmin 4. One of the best games for me personally of the year. I think it truly just made me love video games again. It made me really look forward to every new Nintendo release because they were so quality. The graphics here are top-notch. The mechanics here are top-notch. The story is amazing. And everything in this game culminates to make such a fun experience. I think Pikmin 4 is a must-play for every Switch owner. But before I get too carried away with that, Mario Wonder, as we just talked about, is one of the games that I had the most fun with this year. I loved Mario Wonder. All of these games are within like 0.01% of each other. I love each and every one of them pretty much equally. But when you're ranking your children, you always have that one that stands out that you're like, that guy listens, you know? He actually listens to me. I don't have kids, but I'm just saying, if I did, I feel like I'd be the mom who'd be like, you know what? He's listening to me. I'd be like the Kris Jenner. You know, she likes Kylie the most. It's obvious. And honestly, well, I can't give it away quite yet. So let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is a really amazing game. It's gotten a resurgence of hate lately because people are realizing that, you know, maybe this is not the exact blueprint of a perfect Zelda game that they wanted. I think this game was amazing. I think the developers did a fantastic job. The story was fantastic, in my opinion. I think it did a lot in just, like, portraying these characters in sort of a menacing way. Matt Mercer as Ganondorf was fantastic. There was a lot of amazing choices here. The ability to just build whatever you want all the time with Ultra Hand. The Ascend ability, fantastic. The way they expanded on everything that made Breath of the Wild special is truly what I loved about this. But at the end of the day, there can only be one winner. There can only be one Kylie Jenner. And the one Kylie Jenner here is actually Pikmin 4. I know, you guys thought it was Kendall, but no. At the end of the day, Pikmin 4 is my favorite game of 2023. I really, truly enjoy this game with all of my being. An amazing art style, an amazing story, so much to do. Night mode, Dandori battles, everything here culminated and make an amazing game. Caves, holy shit. I could go on forever about this game, and I have, so check out that video. But thank you guys for watching the Josie Woe Awards show. It will come back next year, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. Goodbye.